This is WhyBeAre, we got BeamNG.drive. And I never know how to say the word because I feel like I'm reading a script because I see it right there and it's like, I gotta read this. And then I always say it weird like an idiot. But anyways, this is WhyBeAre, BeamNG.drive, yep. And we have 4 cars in one video. That's right, 4 cars in one video. Unfortunately, they're not that good. I'll say I'm admitting it right now. They're not that good. They're interesting in how they break the game, but they break the game. So to start off, this is called the Extreme BHP or Extreme Brake Horsepower Pack. I'm assuming is what BHP stands for. What else could it possibly stand for in this logic? What it does is it modifies all the 4 of the stock vehicles to have a ton more power, and that doesn't exactly make them fast. Like, here's a drag strip. We're going to do a run. The fastest time I have is a 6-second time with that drag truck. And this is called the Extreme Brake Horsepower. So it should be pretty close to the drag truck, right? Well, not exactly. If you accelerate as hard as you can go at a reasonable speed, but it's not as fast as the drag truck. And the reason is because the truck doesn't have the things to support that much power. And that's going to be a theme you'll see throughout these vehicles. So right into a tree we go. That's not good. Go and reset it. Go back to that other place. Look at those tires are right there. Do you see how they exploded because there's too much power in the vehicle? Like, look, the tires just explode like that. Because the car is not able to put down the power properly, the tires explode. They just explode like that. And when you're calmed down, they implode on themselves afterwards. So yeah, it's not good. Like, what is that nonsense? Look. They implode on themselves. Just, I don't know what that is. It's crazy. The tires just implode. Look, implosions. And the implosions also push you into the air if you watch. Look. That one didn't actually do it because I was braking. But watch. You see, they push you into the air a bit. I mean, you could flip without them braking, but the braking makes it even worse. So yeah, it's slower than a drag truck, and harder to drive, and very fragile. But it does have a lot of power. If you ever had a need for a lot of power, this is it. Next up is the hatch, the Ibishu. This one is it has its own set of problems. I'll explain them as well. So it gives you a couple of different versions of it, like Derby and all that. Those are all from the mod, I think. I don't think I install anything else that adds them. But Derby, Junk, and Part, it just changes what parts are on it. And all it gives you is the stock engine, so it's not even that fast. But there is the default, which has the modded engine, which is actually not exactly usable once again. Oh, the parts are all missing still. Hold on. Maybe I just do the stock one and the parts will be back. Okay, the parts are back, but the engine's slow, so now we go back to default, and I think that'll work. Nope. Okay, the sport one has... Okay, so the one we want is just that one, then. Okay, this one has the fastness. And you saw the tires just exploded again. Doesn't usually do that, actually. So here it is, and you look at that. That was just a tap of the throttle for reverse. And that's what happened. So yeah, it has power and it can do that. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you try to drag race it, so. Trying to very slowly back up. So if we try to drag race this, you'll be really surprised at how slow it is. Because the wheels are spinning. The wheels are spinning. But the transmission just doesn't match up right. We're at like 9,000 RPMs and we're stuck there. And we're not really moving very fast. Even if you use a manual transmission, it's still just, it's garbage to try to go fast in it. Like 18 seconds, that's terrible. For extreme brake horsepower, that is terrible. It does have one thing that's fun about it, though. The wheels are spinning so ridiculously fast that... Let's see if we can do it. Okay, let's try that again. Hold on. I gotta reset right here. There we go. that, you can launch those hubcaps off. If you do it right. Make sure the hubcaps are the right kind. There might be 2 different types, maybe? Nope. Alright, so the hubcaps are on. We just gotta launch them. And when they get launched, they fly. Oh, I know what I need to do to launch them. Use manual. There they go. And do you see that? It just shot into the air. Look at it. It's flying, and it flies like ridiculous. And here, so maybe you can go a little bit faster with manual. I'll try it, but it's not that much faster because it has its own set of consequences. Like, you can't steer because you churned and put too much power down at the same time. Here we go. So, like, no matter what gear we're in, we pretty much go the same speed. This is first gear. This is last gear. Can you even tell I shifted? And one of our tires is kind of acting up. It probably has a flat spot. Yep. The tires exploded. But let's watch the hubcaps. Alright, so let me find them. They just shot into the air somewhere. See if I can find them. They're gone. Like, when I say shot in the air, I mean shot into the air. Because what happens is, the car is moving those tires at like 1,000,000 revolutions per second. Not the engine, the tires. And so when the hubcaps come off, that's how fast they're spinning. So I'm going to try to track them this time. I don't know if I'll be able to, but let's see. We're in slow motion. And let's see how high this thing will bounce off of this wall. You see how ridiculously fast it's spinning for slow motion? It is spinning like mad. Speed it up just a bit so it's not full slow motion. But look at it, it's flying. It is just a crazy hubcap, man. Look at it go. And the other one, you see it's over there. And then this one, though. It has so much momentum behind it. It can go for so long. It's ridiculous. I'll try speeding it up again. We'll just track it for a bit. I mean, look at it. It's bouncing over the trees and flying at a good 40 miles per hour at least, I would think. And I lost it. Oh, there it is. It's like a UFO, really. Look at that. It makes UFOs. That's what this car does. And it's still spinning. Okay, it's finally dead, I think. So yeah, that's interesting, I think. Anyways, normal speed. The next one is the Moonhawk. And again, it has its own set of problems. Everything has a set of problems with this. That's the problem. So the Moonhawk, it's at least its own vehicle. The other ones modify the vehicles, which are kind of annoying. This one has its own vehicle. It's a 17,000 horsepower monster, and well, it has its own set of problems. Do you see how thin these tires are? That's not good. So what happens when you try to accelerate? Wheel spin. Let's put it in automatic, actually. Lots and lots of wheel spin. So if you try to use automatic and try to do a run, even with a start where you're moving, there's so much wheel spin, you really can't keep it under control. So you're not going to go fast. So you say, oh, well, why don't you just accelerate where you don't get wheel spin? Yeah, okay, maybe you could, but with 1,700 horsepower, the throttle is so touchy that you're basically either being a slug or you're getting wheel spin. Like, this is like the fastest you can go without wheel spin, and without even, like, between the amount of movement my breath to breathe, it's the difference between wheel spin and not. So even with all that power, you're not going to go very fast because there's no way to put the power down. The good news is it doesn't explode the tires as often, but it still will sometimes explode them, it seems like. So, yeah, has its own set of problems, really. If we try using manual, it's no better, really. If we just hop all the way to last gear, we get nothing. Then we go to the fourth or fifth gear, whatever is before last. I don't know how many gears it has. And then it's wheel spin city, basically. Or you're barely moving at all because you can't put the power down properly. And here's the best part, actually. I forgot to mention this one. So if you're in automatic, you can go in forward and reverse like this, no problem. Put it into manual mode. Put it into forward, no problem. You need to come to a stop, so you hit the brakes. Oh, we're not in manual mode. Sorry about that. So there we go. Oh, Look at that, the tires fell off. That's the other thing. If you try to just rev it up and then drop the transmission, tires fall right off. Just right off. You think, well, don't do that then, right? There's worse though. Now all we're doing is shifting into first gear and it's falling off. What is this? It never did this before. So yeah, you can't. I don't know what's up with that. It's never done that before. That's new. Before it used to be if you braked, it would fall off. Maybe if I have momentum already and then I switch to manual. Maybe that's what I had it like before. There we go. So say you're driving along. And it's like, oh no, I need to stop. Your tires just fall off. I don't know exactly why, but they do. There we go. At least they're not falling off when I try to start, but driving along. Oh no, I need to stop for the start line and the tires are gone. Yeah. That's not good. Last one, and I don't think this one works, actually. That's the weird part about this one. That's why I said 3 or 4. I think I said 3 or 4. So we're going to just use a normal V8 rear-wheel drive, see if it works. It doesn't seem like it has that much power, like compared to the other ones. It actually just seems like a normal van. Close enough to a stop where you need to be. But it seems like it's normal, basically, which is weird. Except for the transmission, which seems like it tops out at like, what is this? 50 miles an hour. Oh, I had it in manual still. I did? Well, my bad. I didn't know I had it in manual still. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that that was my fault. I swear I had an automatic, but I was mistaken. Good, I was wondering what that was coming from. We had a rolling start, so we should be flying through this, and it's not even going to go that fast. For extreme brake horsepower, that's not very extreme. 14 seconds with a rolling start. I think it's like that for all of them. I don't think any of like the cargo vans any faster or anything. See, it's the same kind of speed. Same with the stripped version. So I don't know what the deal is with that one. So yeah, that is the extreme brake horsepower pack. They don't exactly work well, unfortunately. So yeah. Anyways, until next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.